Kreuzer, a bit of a forgotten man in some ways. You must be pretty rapt to have him back in.
Yeah, look, it's an outstanding inclusion. He's a wonderful Carlton person. Determination, work ethic, sets a great example. So there's no doubt it's great to have him back out there.
What do you expect from him first game back in the seniors?
Look, we don't expect him to win the game off his own boot, but we know he's going to give strong effort and he'll stand up based on the values that we stand for.
And does he play maybe limited game time? Do you play him maybe a bit more forward than in the ruck than you would when he's been in for a while?
Oh, look, we've been really careful with his progress. He's played, for the last month, he's played 3 games over the last month, and so he'll come in and he won't have too many restrictions.
Do you expect him to feel a bit of nerves? It's been a really long time since he's been out there on the senior team.
Yeah, look, I'm sure he'll be a little bit anxious, but what overcomes anxiousness is effort and attack on the ball, and he brings that in spades.
One of the biggest winners, I guess, from his inclusion, someone like Levi out here kicking at the moment, gives him a bit more freedom to stay in the forward line, do that sort of work.
Yeah, well, that's going to help. There's no doubt. That helps our mechanics in terms of who goes into the ruck and the ability to keep a tall forward presence.
Where's Chris Yarran at the moment with his footy? Obviously, the disciplinary issues dropped this week. What does he need to do?
Well, in terms of his footy, he's been very good for us. In terms of standards, there's a set of standards we have, and he didn't quite meet them this week. He's an outstanding person, an outstanding Carlton person for that matter, and he'll get that right. But look, we compromise our ability to compete really well this week with him not being in. But if we don't stay accountable to a level of standard, then we compromise our future and we compromise our ability to be a good team going forward.
How disappointing?
Liam Jones, what's he got to do to get back in?
Liam Jones, we're keen for him to get his confidence back up. He was really good for us over the pre-season, trained really strongly, presented really strongly, and we just want him to release the shackles a little bit, go back, play some good football in the VFL, and I'm sure he'll play a big part in our future. Just
with Chris, how disappointing is it that it's been a couple of different incidents that it's taken for this to happen? Yeah, look, as I said, there's a level of standard that we need to stay accountable to. He understands it fully, and in fact, we had a good discussion about it, and it was almost his decision that we stay really accountable to what we stand for.
What's behind the lateness, do you know?
Oh, look, in terms of what's happened, we need to move forward now, and that's what we'll be doing.
You won this corresponding game last year. Is there any aspects of that you can glean to take into this game?
Oh, we absolutely look at the past. It obviously helps with the way we play, but more importantly, there's some real narrow focuses that we need to take into this game on the back of where we're coming off at the moment.
Will you be giving Sam Jacobs and Eddie Betts a bit of extra attention?
The Adelaide Crows have got a number of very good players, and they'll all need a lot of attention.
What is the focus for you now, your second week in as coach?
Oh, just as I said before, our focus needs to be fairly narrow. We brought a better level of pressure and effort. We need to grow off of that now and need to build our game on the back of that. But what we brought needs to be a standard in terms of effort, and that's the plan going forward.
You spoke last week about keeping things simple. Has it been anything more intricate this week, or is it pretty much the same message?
Well, we as you said, we're trying to keep things simple, but we are starting to look to grow that and build a game off the back of that.
Is winning still a focus?
Competitiveness is a real focus, and our ability to give effort, and we know what comes as a result of that.
First home game since you've come in as coach. What are you expecting from the crowd? Not in terms of numbers, but in terms of their response to the change?
Well, what we know is that our supporters and our fans and our members are really important to us, and we'd love to see them there in droves, because the football club's about everybody. It's not about any individual in particular. It's about everybody, and they're a big part of who we are.
John, what's been the significant change for you going from an assistant coach to a head coach in terms of your week? How's it changed your week?
Oh, I'd love to get into the intricacies of that, but there's far too many of them. But look, it's a solid task, and I'm relishing it.
Judd and Murphy, are they definitely right to go? They still need to tick a few boxes?
They're ready to go. Murph, if he gets through training, he'll be fine.
You've got those two back. You've got Kreuzer back. The club's been really hard hit by injuries. Do you feel there's a lot more that we can see out of this team if you can actually get something close to your best 22 on the park?
I think we're a better team than we've been playing, and we're really looking forward to build on some of the effort we saw last week.